Hey guys, Ninjadilly here, and welcome to my first official Ninjadilly video game review. And the first one we're going to be doing here is the Ubisoft title, For Honor. Let's get it. So guys, the game starts off with this awesome cutscene right here, telling you a little bit of backstory. This is awesome, guys. The core of the game is built on the idea of three different factions: the samurai, the knights, and the Vikings. Let's go into the menus and take a look. So guys, here we are in the menu. And one thing that is very essential to know about this game is that if you do not have internet or if you're offline, you cannot do anything in this game. Like literally, you can't do anything. You can look at the menu, like the start where it says press A, but when you press A, it doesn't allow you to go into it. So if you don't have internet, don't even buy this game. And I'm assuming you have internet because you're watching my video right now. So let's go take a look at all the characters. So here we are at the hero selection area with all three of the factions. We have the knights right here with Warden, Conqueror, Peacekeeper, Lawbringer, that's for the knights. Then we have all the Vikings with Raider, Warlord, Berserker, and Valkyrie. Then we have the samurai with Kensei, Shugoki, Orochi, and Nobushi. And also guys, if you don't like the cosmetic look of your characters, don't worry, you can actually change that, and let's go look at that real quick. Let's go look at the cosmetic changes that you can do. And also, I like to use the samurai faction, specifically Nobushi, so let's go check that out. And actually, there are a few options that are cosmetic, but these options right here are not. For example, if I go into my weapons and go into guard, as you can see at the bottom, it actually does change what you can do in the game. And if you don't want something or you want to upgrade it or something like that, you can hit A on it to equip it, upgrade it, which does cost virtual in-game money. You can change the look of it. Like, you can take the look of another piece of gear and put it on that, but the effects of the stats will still be the same. Or you can dismantle it for extra money. So I've nowhere near all of the gear yet. Also, this one sucks, so I'm going to delete that. And yeah, you can change the shaft of your weapon. You can change the blade, the chest, the arms, and the head. So yeah, and also you can also change them from female to male, but there are a few characters that are exclusively female and exclusively male. The Nobushi is one of the exclusively female characters. I realized that after I bought her. I was like, oh, come on. You can change skin color, and then you can change patterns and colors, and you can even do symbols. And at the beginning of the game, I didn't get footage of that because I was just trying it out, but you can create your own emblem, which is actually kind of cool. And yeah, but you have all these different things to choose from. Most of these you have to unlock. You can do it for your face, head, right shoulder, left shoulder, doesn't really matter. Then you can choose an ornament, what's on the top of your head. And all of these, most of these, you have to unlock or purchase with in-game currency. And then there's different materials. All these other customization options. All these. And then you can actually change their executions, emotes, effects, and their abilities. So let's go see a character in action. Also, before we go see it in action, I do want to talk about this real quick. This is called the Faction War. This is the type of multiplayer they have. At the beginning of the game, you choose either between Vikings, Knights, or Samurai. And whichever one you choose, you have to fight for that character in the multiplayer. And if you choose a faction, but you want to, like, for example, let's say you choose Knights, but you want to play as a Samurai, you can still do that. Like, if you don't want to use a Knight while you're still fighting for the Knight faction, you can actually use another character. So yeah, and you conquer territories. There's duels, deathmatch, dominion, which is actually kind of like domination, and then there's duel and brawl. Brawl is 2v2, like team doubles, and duel is just a 1v1. Small maps, very, very small maps. And it's the best out of 5. But I'm going to go to Bushi. Alright, let's see how I do. This is a human opponent. And I'll try to get an environmental kill right here. These are called environmental kills. You can push people off the edge, and they automatically die. So there's 4 different types of executions for each character, just to let you know. Also, there is stamina in this game, so any blocked attacks or any attacks done do drain your stamina. And that is an execution right there. That's the Nobushi's default Y execution. Now guys, I want to show you the campaign mode. Campaign is actually co-op. You can play with other people on this. There are 3 different chapters, 1 chapter for each faction, and they all come to link together. So the first chapter you start off with is the Knights. Go through all of this. And yeah. Then you go to the Vikings. You go through all of this. In each faction, you get to use 3 of the heroes from that faction, except 1. And I'll tell you what they are. And then there's these ones. Then the final mission. And the main storyline is there's this person, Apollyon, and she wants to do war with everyone. Like, she wants war because everyone's just at peace and crop, and she apparently hates that. And yeah, and then everyone tries and stops her. That's what happens in the final mission. So here we are at the final scoring. And first, I'm going to do 6 different categories, and then I'm going to do the final score at the end of each review video. So the 6 categories are controls, graphics, sound, multiplayer, campaign, and customization. That takes us to the controls next. So the controls are extremely responsive, and they work very well with the Xbox controller. I personally use the Elite controller. Even though you are using a controller, it feels like you're actually hitting someone and blocking stuff. And yeah, the controls just feel really good. So I'm going to give these an 8 out of 10 because there are a few times where I hit a button but it doesn't do it. And guys, there's also a nice little tutorial that shows you what buttons you're supposed to press and teaches you the basics of the game. That leads us to sound for the next one. I'm just going to give you a demonstration of sounds when you hit other stuff. Now let's go see some metal on metal and metal on flesh. And by the way, guys, these are just bots. So overall, the sounds sound pretty realistic and really good. So I'm gonna give that a 9 out of 10. So then we have the campaign. The campaign has a pretty good storyline, and there are 3 different chapters, 1 for each faction, and they all end up linking together in the final mission, which is pretty cool. There are a bunch of mini collectibles for each mission, which is really good, and there are a few boss battles within the campaign, and yeah, so I'm going to give campaign a 8 out of 10. That leads us next to customization. As I will show you, there are so many different customization options, so much stuff, some of which is just for looks and some of which is actually helping you in the game and affects what's in the game. A lot of different colors, head things. Yeah, I'm going to give the customization options a 9 out of 10. And you don't even have to spend any real world money for any of the stuff if you don't want to. You can use the in-game currency on anything you want to. So yeah, that's a 9 out of 10 for customization. Let's go look at the multiplayer. So guys, I'm going to give multiplayer a 9 out of 10. There are plenty of game modes. There's 1v1 duels, 2v2 brawls, Dominion, deathmatch, team deathmatch. It's all just really cool. And then when you actually get into a game, all the crap is so crazy. There's fighting, all stuff. And the multiplayer menu screen's really good. And the faction war thing is really cool. And you only have teammates who are in that faction, and you fight against the other factions. So let's go in and we'll show you a multiplayer gameplay. Here we go. There's also that opening cutscene at Dominion Games, which is really cool too.
Lost Zone C. You captured Zone A.
So there's C, A, and B. B is where all the freaking action's at. There's so much action at B. So it's kind of like King of the Hill and Domination mixed together. And guys, there also is friendly fire in this game mode. There is friendly fire. So those guys with the health bars are team opponents, by the way. And kind of like Gears of War 3, the team deathmatch mode, once you reach 1,000 points from the controlling, you need to kill all the human opponents on the other team. Then you win. Also, it is possible to lose the 1,000 points, and then if you kill the enemy opponent, it doesn't matter. I'm screwed. I need to get those shit out of here. Oh shoot, no. That's also called revenge mode. Revenge mode, like, heals you a tiny bit. Also makes your freaking damage go over the roof. You only get it if you're being, like, attacked. But I don't know how I haven't gotten it. So that's multiplayer. It's a 9 out of 10. That leaves us with one category left. and then the final score. That leaves us with the last of the 6 categories, graphics, and then on to the final score. So the environments have a lot of lighting and really good lighting too. It's all really lush and green, which is cool for the outside environments. And the reflections off of the water and the sword. And let's go look at the actual river. Yeah, sunken boats, reflection, the detail in the background. Just look at that. It's really cool. Yeah, and the detail in the armor and the weapons is great. Like minor details, the shining of her helmet and the shining of her sword, as you can see. So the graphics, I give it a 9 out of 10. So guys, here we are at the final scoring. And remember, the final score is not an average of the 6 categories. That is before the final score. So I am going to give For Honor a 8.5 score out of 10. And besides all the positive stuff, like the graphics are amazing, the controls are really good, there are a few negative things that make it not perfect. One fact is that sometimes you will disconnect from multiplayer matches when just like one person leaves or something. And also, if you don't have internet or you're at a hotel or something like that and you just don't really have any internet with you, you can't play this game at all. Nothing. Not story mode, not custom match with bots, nothing. Which is a very big downside though, but not enough to make this game a below average game. So in the end, guys, there you have it, 8.5 for my first video game review. Tell me what you think about it in the comment section. And yeah. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, this game is coming out with some DLC pretty soon. They're adding a Roman Centurion and a Ninja. It's pretty obvious that I'll switch to Ninja. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me what you think about it. And yeah, I recommend you buy this game. It's amazing. So I'll see you guys online.